Dave. My name is Kumar. I hope you remember me as we got connected, in 2021 October. So it's been a very long time. I hope things are doing good from your side, and I would like to congratulate on your new role with Cerberus Sentinel as COO. uh, because I had an opportunity to discuss with you when you used to work with Experian. So it's been a while. So I thought of actually, presenting our capabilities, not like any other salespersons in the industry. So to start with, I just want to follow a very simple agenda by presenting our capabilities, who we are and what we do, and what kind of projects that we've been helping to the Fortune 500 companies. So I'm not going to take much of your time, just about like 7 minutes. I would definitely request you to listen, the complete presentation so that you will have a better understanding about our niche product in the whole industry, I would say. So I'm approaching this call more like a kind of discovery call and also take this as an opportunity to showcase our services in DevSecOps. To start with, Kaibur like guarantees engineering excellence. So every software product team can continuously develop and deliver software like the top 3% in the industry. And to give you more about Kaibur, Kaibur is a kind of innovator of AI and machine learning driven a lot simplification platform. We are based out of in Cambridge, Massachusetts in US. Kaibur's platform is actually deeply engineered by experts across the globe using cutting edge technology that scales horizontally as server, less components on Kubernetes clusters. Kaibur has a global team with Fortune 500 and top technology firms as customer across the world, I would say. So, what are the business benefits of engineering excellence? Um, what do we do? I mean, like, what do we mean by engineering excellence? A team which is continuously striving for and continuously able to achieve closer and closer to any engineering excellence is the one that can produce the software at exceeding levels of feature velocity. So, you can probably have a good developer who produces the productivity where they are also, in terms of high quality, we both are actually product quality as well as the code quality. So they are highly predictable in terms of their releases. So they are kind of resilient to various situations that they encountered during the overall release cycles. And they were able to produce software that is continuously shifting left on the security and compliances. So it's very secure software which they are able to produce. So the team that can have these kind of qualities are the one that are able to produce the engineering excellence. So, like Kaibor has two primary methodologies to achieve engineering excellence. The first one, would be the best practices driven software delivery, and the other is benchmarking for continuous improvement against the top players in the industry. So in terms of best practices, Kaibur's policy has a code engine, which is one of the most sophisticated policy engine you can see in terms of software delivery lifecycle, which helps you to validate very atomic level like the best practices starting from planning all the way up to production tickets with your software delivery lifecycle. So let's take a few example. Um, for example, how am I doing in terms of predictability of my key initiatives? Am I doing story with story points or stories with appropriate acceptance criteria? Then stories that have lineage to epics and initiatives, or am I doing matured pull request practices, or do I have a proper code quality review in place and remediation of such technical debt? Or am I following my branching strategies as set forth by myself, as well as following the necessary standards, or kind of like, own my branching and merging and whatnot? Or even you can probably think that, you may have a right kind of pipeline maturity for my CI/CD as well. Or do I have an effectiveness in terms of shifting security, which is left in terms of appropriate security testing? Or am I making sure that I don't miss security testing even for a single build release lifecycle? Or do I have the right kind of thresholds? I would say the right kind of stage gates in my security testing and validation process. Or even, you can probably think of an appropriate coverage of test cases for my requirements. Or am I effectively utilizing my test cases, effectively automating my test, cases all the way up to release process and the cycle time, or even the time for recovery in terms of production tickets. So this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms, for the kinds of policies that we validate, right? So Kaibur also validates against boot, a kind of, 600 plus boot best practices for every software team. I'm just showing here a very small set of important ones so you can get a sense of how deep we go in terms of helping teams to identify gaps in the process and continuously improving it using the policy engine. So the second core, methodology that we follow is ability to validate 350 plus industry standard KPIs on the software delivery process, starting from set of KPIs that a CDO would wanted to capture all the way up to an SRE, so you can know how you are doing in course of KPIs. So just give me one moment. All right. All right. So, if you could see this page, I'm going to talk about the Kaibor ability to do this connectivity to the most of the tools like the following that you're seeing in the screen. So, let's say you've been used by various enterprise starting from tools like Jira, Jenkins, GitLab, SonarQube, and then Fortify, Veracode, ServiceNow, all the way up to testing tools like Qtest and HPM. So the idea is how can you connect to all of this and get that one unified view to validate your best practices as well as the KPI. Trust me, within 48 hours, we can show you the results. So there you go. This is actually a very interesting, part. I would definitely go in depth. Kaibur's intellectual property makes that happen in very short period of time. As I was just conveying, it's just about like 48 hours. You can view the results, and that too, our management have decided to give a kind of pilot, usage for your tools, which you can see the results. So literally within minutes of configuring your tools in Kaibur's, you can get the kind of sophisticated outcome which I was explaining before. That made possible by a deeply engineering framework where we have created economical models for every business function. So, for example, you could be using multiple tools for the same purposes, like you could be using Jira, Azure, and Board, or even Rally for ALM, or you could even be using GitLab, Jenkins, or even CI, like Circle for the CI purposes. Even if you use multiple tools, like that, Kaibor definitely converts all of that into a functional data instead of dealing with what you have as a tool data. So you can apply a lot of machine learning models for cross-core relation information. So we can connect the dots between your stories to your commits or to your builds as well, or even to your artifact to releases and whatnot. I mean, trust me, you will definitely get impressed. And the last case, the presentation which I would wanted to showcase here is about our use cases. We've been interacting with various domains in the industry. For example, leading car manufacturer, and even clinical trials or healthcare domain or even financial corporation or even top innovators like software development organizations, or even top credit agency, which comes under the BFSI. So if you could see the use cases, we have helped them in future model of software development and delivery for the automobile industry. So, even we have experience working on the standardized DevSecOps or developer productivity, especially, or vulnerability management. So, even we do have experience working with active tool governance or even business metrics. So, these are all the sample KPIs which I would like to probably showcase. This is our product, which I would say, which gives you, I mean, for example, the moment when we install a product into your tool, it gives you, the mean time to change. For example, if you guys are actually spending on any project to be delivered in 1 or 4 hours, once you install it, like it probably gives you the result, in such a way that it will also tell you the percentage as how it can be reduced from 100, 1 or 4 hours to even 42% down. So, maybe if you could probably give me a time slot, I can ask my technology team to probably present or even install our tools in your, productivity area. So, this is what I wanted to really convey. So, thank you so much for, listening to this. I'm actually looking out for your reply. Thank you, and you have a blessed day ahead. Thank you.